Well, as you can probably tell, I'm blowing hard. It was a tough whole run. 1 minute rest before I pick it up again. And a nice steady jog in. I think I ran that about 5 minutes 10 seconds per k pace for those 6 minutes. I'd like to be able to pick that up a bit on those, whilst I haven't got especially run fast for the trail marathons and the ultras. I would I've got to pick it up now. It would be nice to be able to get the pace below 5 and for it to feel a bit easier as well. That was a bit of a lung buster. I'm sure I left some on the table, but it's a problem with doing speed work when you're on your own. No one to give you that push. Not quite the same as when you're in mile 35 of an ultra. I find that a lot easier to give myself a mental push than I do on these all-out sprints. There we go. Probably why I run them and don't do the sprints. Anyway, let's have a nice gentle jog home, and we're all back out tomorrow for the midweek long run. Nice early start. So 5:30 on a Wednesday morning. Arguably the hardest run of the week because you have to get out the door. Nice 2 hour easy run, and get back in time to start work. So up with the birds, as you can probably hear. It's very nice. We're about 40 minutes into today's 2 hour run. The weather is quite pleasant. There's just a slight breeze, which is good, and there's no rain, although a few clouds have come out to spoil the sunrise view, but never mind, we will get on and run. This time of year is absolutely beautiful out here. All the birds come to life quite early, as you probably heard in my last clip, but because it's reasonably light, even at 5:30, you get to see so much more. Deer, I've already had a barn owl fly right out in front of me, not quick enough for the camera, unfortunately, to capture it, but it is beautiful. And of course it's relatively quiet as well. See very few people about, although I have seen one runner coming back in to town on my way out, so someone on an even earlier start than me. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and one of the benefits of having a goal like the Marathon of Sables is it gives you the incentive to get out and do this stuff and experience your local area whether it be town, city or countryside, on a regular basis. And through the year you see all the bad bits, but you experience all of the good bits, and it all adds up to make yourself feel really great. And apparently there's been studies on the fact that, you know, mentally we respond well to nature, especially to green environments. Obviously some of those studies you take with a pinch of salt, but because they'll be done on small groups of people, but nonetheless it makes me feel better, feel great. So do what works, I say. Okay, so that's Thursday morning's run, threshold run, relatively straightforward, only 10 minutes at threshold pace, which if I'm honest is not that hard. My threshold pace probably either needs to be faster or I need to go longer to make use of it, but we will let the training program decide that. But you may notice this is all on the road this morning. These faster runs prefer to do where the ground's a bit more stable, especially this time of year. I don't want to go slipping in the mud. Plus it gives me just a little rest from the trails. So rest day tomorrow, or rest day from running anyway. Probably do, well, I will do some strength training, some work on the legs, and also put in a spot of yoga just to stretch out and try and increase this old man's flexibility. Let's see how it goes. Okay. See you next time. Morning all. We're out today on the lovely, or we're running through anyway, the lovely Worthingling. It's quite gorgeous, as you can see behind me. And it stays quite dry. The type of soil drains off really well. There's not much of it to run on, unfortunately. You can take Angles Way further up there. It then gets a bit boggy though. You end up, when you go inland on Angles Way towards Thetford, there's a few fens you have to run through, and we'll let them dry off a bit before we venture over there. So this morning's run, 4th run of the week, just a little easy hour and 25 minute easy run. Earlier in the week I mentioned my training program, so seeing as this is an easy run, I thought I'd explain it. So I use a system developed by a friend, colleague of mine, Dr. Sean Radford. You'll find it over at trainasone.com, and we're going to go down here, back onto the road. We've run out of ling already. Yep, so say trainasone.com. and it's an algorithmic training program, which I really like. Crikey, I've been using it now 5-6 years, and it's kept me, bar injury or holiday or something like that, it's kept me training consistently for all that time. It's not just for runners that want to do anything spectacular. It's also a great motivator for those that just want to get up on their feet and get out every now and again, but need a little motivation to do so. There's plans in there for couch to 5k, but the best part of it is that it adapts to what you achieve and the training you do from the feedback it gets when you track your training. So the idea is you enter in what your goal is. So for me, main goal is Marathon des Sables, 1st October 2021. You can, if you like, connect it up, and it does help if you've been using apps like Strava, Runkeeper, any of those. Connect those up and it'll import your past data, so that will give it something to work off. And then once you put in your goal, you might have a 10k you might want to do. You might want to be able to do it in a specific time. It will then work out a training program for you based on your goal, but it gets better, because not only do you tell it your goal, you also tell it how often you can train during the week. 7 days a week down to 1 day a week, and it will adjust the plan accordingly. You can also tell it how long you have available to train each day, which is even better. And these parts are all on the free plan. If you go for the paid plan, which there is I used the free plan for a good couple of years. If you go for the paid plan, then you can tinker and make even more adjustments to things like specific days that you want to avoid, maybe a birthday, or you're travelling too much that day or something like that. So it's really cool. So then it'll work out a plan for you. Now, most of us use a watch of some sort to track our stuff. I use a Garmin and a heart rate monitor, and that gives me basically all the data you're really going to get for an everyday runner out in the field. Trainers One connects up to the Garmin Connect app on your phone, and depending on what type of Garmin watch you got, there's a whole list of them on the site, and it does connect to other watches as well. It will download your training plan for you onto your watch, so you haven't got to even think about what you're doing for the day. Morning. It will work out your training plan, put it on your watch, and you literally press the button, choose the day's workout, and off you go. If you select the options, It'll even tell you what pace range to run in. Absolutely awesome. Then the magic bit. Every now and again it will give you an assessment. You might have seen, if you follow me on Strava, my assessment days, and as part of a short run, usually a short run, you get a stint where you have to run as fast as you can, and it's assessing your fitness, and then it'll adjust the plan accordingly. No worries if you miss a day, it'll adjust the plan and you just carry on as normal. And also, what's really cool, if, like I've had, your goal gets changed or put back, you just reset it and the plan resets itself for the new timings. You can also have multiple goals. So you may be training for a marathon, but the build up to it, you want to do a 10k and a half marathon, you can put those in as secondary goals. And again, it'll adapt the plan to take those into account. I love it because when I see people online asking for a training plan for this, that and the other, I know what most people are going to come back and say. It's all unique. Here's a rough guide, but it's unique to the person. And of course it is. That's what I like about Trainer One. It adapts to you, the feedback you give it, the effort you put in, and adjusts the plan accordingly. And the best thing is, you're never sitting there with a spreadsheet trying to work out what you should do next or when you should taper or anything like that. It's all built in and it's algorithmic. It's won quite a few awards. They have got an iPhone app in beta at the moment that they're testing, but it's not really necessary if you've got a compatible watch. It means you haven't even got to take your phone out on a run, which is really cool. And I'll give you a little look at my watch right now, and you should see that, you know, it's in the green zone. It means I'm in target. I've got just over 47 minutes to go. Basically, all I've got to do is follow that, and I'm on the training plan. Intervals, easy peasy, tell you when to run fast, when to stop. Intervals used to be a right pain, trying to remember how many you'd done, where you were at, where you should be running fast, where you should be taking a break. It really does do it all, so I love it. Marathon de Sables is a multi-day race. It now handles multi-day races in terms of its adjustments and plans. So please go check it out. Like I say, you can just try it for free, see what plan it draws up for you, and if you like it, then great. If it doesn't suit you, then fine. No affiliation other than Sean is a friend and colleague that I've known for some time. Other than that, I've no affiliation with the app. It just works. What more can I say? That was the final run of the week. So today's run was what was called a perceived effort, a bit like an assessment run. You take a couple of minutes standing still with the timer going, tracking your heart rate. And this morning I ran about 55 minutes, perceived easy pace. so what the body felt like an easy pace, and then you rest again for another 2 minutes at the end. Track your heart rate when you're not moving, and the system I talked about yesterday, Trainers One, then makes an assessment based on the values of what you think is easy effort, and then adjust your training plan accordingly if need be. What I'm also hoping to do right now is do some training to try and improve my running efficiency. I feel my legs are a little heavy. I'm not, my stride length isn't really great. I'm a bit of a short squat anyway, but I've got a really good cadence. So my average cadence usually tracks above 185, 190, something like that. But it's probably I'm turning my legs over quicker to make up for really low stride length of about average about 0.8, 0.85 of a metre. Obviously if I can improve my stride length, that improves my running efficiency, and I'll basically run faster for no more effort. Well, that's the aim anyway. So just got this short track here, which is nice and car free, and I'm gonna video myself just to see what my running style's like, just to check it out, and then I'm going to do some simple high knee exercises and things like that to try and get my body used to picking my legs up a bit more. It's only stuff that I've sort of read about online, so I have no idea whether it'll actually work for me or not, but not in a position at the moment to really warrant hiring a running coach. Don't think, not right now, maybe a bit later. I'll give this a go first myself, see how I get on, and yeah, see if the results are worth it. Obviously it's not going to happen overnight. I wish, but anyway, so a lovely end to a week's worth of running. The weather's turning, and almost feels like things are back to normal, almost. Right, see you soon. First week of the videos, hope you've enjoyed them. I did sort of do a few before I did this compilation one, just to practice. Hopefully they're getting better, the content's getting better, more interesting. Do let us know what you think, anything you want to know. If you think they're boring, let me know and I'll try and switch them up a bit. But anyway, it's only my diary for my training. And don't forget, please subscribe, share and like, not necessarily in that order. And if you're that way inclined, I'm doing all of this for Walking with the Wounded, so you'll find a link hopefully over there. Oh, there. See them all do that. I'm about to have got it wrong. Lovely blossom on the trees, gorgeous. Yeah, do sponsor us if you can spare a few pennies. That'd be really great for a great cause, Walking with the Wounded. And signing off until next week. See you later. Bye bye.